Hey, guess who's back? Thank you for stopping by my channel, Healing Conversations with Z. I was not expecting to come back on today. I did the video earlier today, but I was just listening to the David Icke video that keeps getting deleted off of Facebook. Somebody uploaded I was able to see it. And it was very, very, very interesting. I agreed with a lot of what he said, and I do believe we're being controlled. But I'm gonna look at it because this pandemic situation that's on the macro scale, but I want to bring it back down to where it really began in the micro areas. Your childhood. How are you controlled? Because if we're agreeing to being locked up like this, there is some type of connection with our upbringing that makes us think that it's okay for this to happen. And if not, I don't know. I know I grew up in a household where a lot of debates were held. I had to always debate. If I wanted to go to the neighborhood party, I had to come up with a good enough idea for me to be able to go. And if I didn't, I was out of luck. Doesn't mean that I liked it, per se, but being able to debate things clearly and concisely was a part of my upbringing, whereas I know for a lot of people, you talk back, you got hit. Now, I'm not saying that didn't happen to me when I was younger as a child, when I questioned, when people didn't want to answer my questions. Yeah, I was punished for that. That was control. They didn't want to answer. And with this COVID, situation, coronavirus, it is a bigger form of control. I do believe that they are doing, like we locked up in the house. Well, not locked up, but we're in the houses, and they're out there doing things because those people not in the house. It's people building 5G. I believe it's people building those 5G satellites and things like that. I do believe that those things, internet and all that, I do believe that it does cause issues. It was a while back where they were talking about whereas men who had their phones in their pockets were slowly sterilizing themselves. I believe that's true. It's true. But now with this 5G, what they're saying is that it will stop our ability to breathe, and for us to accept oxygen, and for our blood to be oxygen to pump. We won't be able to function like that. I do agree with that. As far as on the major scale, what can I do? I can come on here and continue to talk to people to help them understand that they need to work on themselves. I can, encourage you to look at the issues that cause you triggers. Because normally if something triggers you, that means that's an issue you need to delve into. You need to find out why something bothers you. Why? There's a reason why. And 9 times out of 10, it stems from something in your childhood, young adulthood, that triggers you. It makes you feel a certain way, and it's a form of control some kind of way, and it has affected you in your life in several ways. I can say that because, and it's funny because I have a sibling who is a psychologist, and then pastor, and it's interesting because what I say, and if my relative ever listens to this, I'm not saying that this is them, but pastors and pimps are pretty much close to the same. And I can put the government people in there too. There's just a whole different level of their pimp game, and that's what's affecting us now. But the last thing that was talked about in that video that really caught my attention. It's over 2 hours. It's a 2 hour and 34 minutes, something like that. It was like 2 hours and 35 minute video, and I actually sat and watched the whole thing. And I normally don't watch all of that kind of stuff. After a while, they get to talking, and I get bored, and I'll flip off. But the entire conversation was so illuminating. And I say that because I actually grew up hearing a lot of this stuff as a kid, of what was being done. And I remember telling my friends about it, and they used to say I was crazy. I wonder if they think I'm crazy now, because a lot of this stuff is happening. A lot of the control is being done. Like I said, they practice on people they think that are weaker than the United States, and they practice on them so that when they bring it over here, they're fine-tuning it. This is being fine-tuned, and that's what David Icke was saying as well. I agree with that, because I really, really do see how they've done step by step to control stuff. But I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna work with people like me. You can take away a lot of stuff, but I know how to get a lot of stuff. You don't have to go through. Sometimes you got to go around the veil to get what you need. I have a lot of respect for my people that mainstream people call, what's the actual name that they call them? Undesirables. I bet you when it gets to that point where when you can't get nothing, boosters will be highly sought after. Yeah. And they won't be bad at this point, because the people that's really doing the dirtiness are the bad people. The boosters are just they're doing things for survival. The powers that be are doing things for control and greed. But let me get to what I really thought was interesting, and I wrote it down. His question was, what are the consequences of not taking the 1%'s BS? What are the consequences? What do we have to lose? Because, when they take it all away, they say, I remember hearing the phrase, when a man has nothing to lose, he is most dangerous. And I don't think a lot of us understand that. They don't understand that concept. Because right now, people still have a lot. Even me, I ain't rich. By no means. But all my options of acquiring things is not gone. So I'm not at the point where it's like I don't have nothing. Because when it gets to that point where people don't have nothing, mentally, let me say that correctly, because we're on earth, so we already have that pentacle. There's always something here for us to have. But this is mentally. When they get you to the point where you are mentally bogged down, what you gonna do? What was also spoken about in that video was the Wizard of Oz, the old one, not the Wiz, but it was stated that when most people have seen that one, that version, whereas once Dorothy and the Lion and the Scarecrow and the Tin Man pulled the shade, it was just the old man. He ain't had no power. He just thought he had power when he was closed up in wherever he was at. And it's the same with the powers that be. You know, it's only a few of them, but they do have a lot of money. And they do supposedly have a lot of power. Well, supposedly, because like it was said in the video, perception is everything. And even with working on yourself, how you perceive things is very, very important. I guess I'm getting messages. How you perceive things to be oftentimes is an illusion. You're thinking the worst of your partner, or of a situation with amongst people, and maybe even something that might have happened in your childhood. And perception is everything, because how you perceive things is how you're thinking they're going to be. I just saw the magician, but I covered him up. But yeah, how you perceive, do you perceive yourself to be weak? I just saw 11:11. Do you perceive yourself to not be worthy of things? Do you perceive yourself to be controllable? That's why you're able to be controlled. Got to go within. Here's the Hierophant. A lot of times things like this happen because you don't love yourself, or you don't know how to love yourself. You dealt with so much BS as a kid, that mentally and your friends and family, you've been through a lot of shit, where it's just like, how can I get out of this? You have to work on yourself. You have to work on your inner child. Doing so will make you abundant. And it will change your world. Yeah, I keep getting these messages. Maybe this is part of my mission. Because it's a lot of people that feel very burdened. But you see that little white bird right there? That's spirit telling you to get up out of this funk. This is not who you are. You weren't made to be this way. So you need to get up and run off somewhere. You need to go run. A lot of mental energy. You need to run away. Most people say this is the sneaking and slipping and sliding, ducking and hiding card. He's running away from that. And he's under the moon, so he has the light of the moon to help guide him. And that light is coming from that bird. Running passionately. You're running passionately toward things that you like. But yeah, what are the consequences if you don't listen to them? You can be in your truth. Total truth. And you can see things grow. But you got to go within first. The other question was, what are the consequences if I continue to take the BS? Let me finish though, because these fail. Oh, nope, I'll leave it like this. You won't transform. If you continue to take this BS, you're not going to transform to get these 9 of Pentacles. And you won't see these pigs flying. I keep talking about that. People say, oh, when pigs fly, I'll believe it. You keep taking the BS, you're not going to believe it, so you're not going to see the... And most people are, I need to see it anyway. You're supposed to believe it beforehand. I don't know, for me, I guess I've always been a positive person. I'm always thinking for the best. This is funny. All these cards are falling. I'm not taking them all. I've always been positive. I've always been trying to, this is interesting because I try to balance on my truth, and I'm always learning. And there's always light bulbs coming around me. And there's always birds around me. And they allow me to walk towards whatever it is that I'm looking at, that I'm hoping for, holding that wine passionately, and things in my world is always allowing me to do that. That's me. What are you doing? Are you just sitting around saying, oh, no, I can't do nothing? It's funny because while I'm here at DM's house, while I'm here with DM, he in there laughing at Trump. And I pulled my cards out yesterday. These, as a matter of fact. Because that negative energy, I do understand it. It is entertaining because when I do go in there, he says some stupid stuff. And it's hilarious. But he's a negative person. His vibration is negative. So you're getting the negative vibration. Let me see. How can I say this? Because most people watching the TV have already been programmed by it. Their point of view, they don't even have their third eye open. So everything, they're going to take it from a negative. So you watch the news and all you hear is people shooting and killing each other. And then you got supposedly all these people dying from the coronavirus. I asked Divine Masculine, where the dead people, where the bodies at? And he told me that he said that the TV, the CNN said they had all these trucks. But I was watching videos, seeing people saying, going by the hospitals, and there wasn't even nobody there. See, I'm still studying, and the light bulbs keep popping up. I'm still standing on my truth. And because of that, if you still have that negative energy within you, it means that you're still triggered by things. If you're still being triggered by things, that means that you haven't cleared your energy of the negativity that's in you. And so whenever you do see something, supposedly him cracking jokes and stuff, it is funny and you think it is a positive thing. But it's not, because he's a negative person. He don't care about us. And even Divine Masculine say he don't give a damn about us, or he don't give a damn about what he's saying. So it's true, but the average person, because they only have negativity in them, they haven't done any type of inner work, and they live for the drama. Drama is negative. If they live for the drama, they're full of negativity, and the TV is giving it to them, and it's, weakening their immune system and making them fearful, and that's all it takes for you to, and then never mind 5G. So it's just, you just opening yourself up, because that's a negative energy. We are energy. We are. Man, I should have wrote that down when he was writing it. But we are energy. We're energetic beings, and we react to vibrations. You know how you get around somebody and you say you don't like their vibe? That's a vibration that you feel from one another. I can do it whether it's face to face, watching these YouTube videos. If I see something and somebody ain't right, I click off, because I can tell that their vibe is not right. The average person, because they haven't cleared out what's going on, their energies within themselves, they don't understand that, or they think it's fake. And that's cool. I mean, that's their choice. That's their choice to do so. But it's true. It's real. Whenever I've noticed, I've talked about this before. I don't go on my not my YouTube, my Facebook page. I don't know the password anymore. I don't need to go over there. It was very negative over there for me. The vibe was very negative for me, and it wasn't healthy for me. So I left it. I know how to do that. Self-preservation. You have to leave it because there are people there who play games. They like to play games. Passionately play games. And it's this. Emotionally and play games over there. And if you go to a lot of in the community, people would tell you about that. Oh wow, look at that. Fighting. Passionately fighting. They're fighting you at your expense. But you need to fight to get out of this. And get out of this. And get out of the judgment mode. Because that's what she's doing. She's not judging herself. She is celebrating herself. Whatever that was that she needs to celebrate, she's celebrating. But let me keep going with what I'm supposed to be doing in this. I wasn't, this kind of turned out to be something else. Giving in to the illusion of power. I can't say that word. I gotta hear it again. I can't say it. I have to look it up. But that word is giving in to illusions of power. That's what actually is going on right now. We've been made to give in to an illusion of power when we don't have to. Oh, what's this? Pentacles is here on earth. This is the earth realm, so we don't need to give in to this mindset. We are wealthy, abundant, but they have us thinking that we're not. They got us thinking that we need to put a mask on our face. They got us thinking that people are dying and all this other stuff when it's not happening. So they got us deep in our emotions about what's going on in the world. Two kings, pentacles and cups. But we need to be clear. We need to be clear about where we stand. Are we giving into the power? Do we even know what we want to do to deal with it? Look at that light. It's a light in that spiral. And this is a Fibonacci spiral too. This is energy. This is a lot of energy. And this is very, very, very down deep inside that spiral. And there's lots of light. It's like several beams. So, different forms of truth for people. But there's going to be some justice going on. Yep. It's going to be. So where do you stand? Are you giving in? A lot of people are holding back their pentacles, whereas you need to understand. You don't need to hold back your pentacle. You don't need to hold back. You need to actually expand instead of holding in. When you hold in, you can't receive anything. And it's a lot that you can receive. You got a lot of choices. But if you're doing this, you can't see this. And it keeps you there. Wow. Kind of interesting. Never thought I would actually do something like that. I just wanted to get on and talk. But after seeing that video, Um, there's a lot of control being done. I question a lot of stuff. I, even here, even I mean, if people are dying the way that they really say that people are, I don't hear any ambulances. That's you know, I know. Uh, Let me write anything else about this. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. 2 tens. You want to get out. If you the consequences. If you don't want to take the BS that's going on, you'll get out of this oppressive state, and you'll be successful. But if you decide to stick with the BS, you're gonna be gluttonous, and it won't allow you to get out of the regret. It won't allow you. Wow. Yeah, because there's a lot of devilish energies, a lot of control. And I had the cards upside down. That's too funny. And that message would have been way different. But anyway, it's a lot of control. So, if you're on the fence about what's going on, you need to rest. You need to rest. Everyone should do what you feel is right. What do you feel is right? I don't know. Well, I know what I feel is right. I feel that if I continue to work on myself and make myself a better person, I think that not that I think, I know that will reverberate. And get you out of the sadness. This is the sadness card. Okay. You want to be abundant. Most of us, I mean, we already are, but we just don't know it. I can even say, most of us that watched TV, we saw realities that were nowhere close to what, when you turn that TV off, it was nowhere close to, for me, the Huxtables. But I was an adult when I saw that. But, I mean, I can honestly say my grandparents lived in a house like that, brownstone. I would visit my grandmother's parents in New York. They lived in a brownstone like that, and that house is still owned and is still in the family. But a lot of people, my grandmother was not a lawyer, and my grandfather was not a doctor, and they did not have a whole lot of money. That is just, that's That's a fantasy. They throw you this fantasy so when you turn the TV off, that's why half of these people crazy around here now, because this TV, my father called it the idiot box. I didn't really watch a whole. If you hear him laughing, he in there watching the idiot box. Um, my father, when I was a kid, he said, get away from that idiot box. Go outside. That's what I did as a kid. Wow. Got the crone, the old woman, mature woman. Somebody's looking in the mirror. And they're passionately trying to see some things. Because the light, somebody is seeing the light. That's what I call this card. You know, when the light come, you see the light. You hear that phrase? That's that card. A lot of people are beginning to see the light. Yeah, they're beginning to passionately get into union or decide what, their understanding. And this person here is passionately growing something. It's extending a flower. I don't know what that flower is. It looks like a rose. Told you all I ordered a flower deck because something about these flowers I keep seeing. And whatever it is gonna allow you to start looking into your inner child, your childhood. And this is right underneath this card. That's interesting. So, when people do the work, when you begin to work on yourself, you'll be able to understand, see some things that affected you as a child. I don't know what this, I've never seen this one before. Oh, it's desire. That's interesting. Doesn't look like desire. Looks like they're going within. So I guess when you go within, that's interesting. It's desiring a new passionate start. This is the high priestess card to me. And that's under this one. She knows about this. And wow. This is like the Two of Cups to me. And this inner child, working on your inner child is going to help you get into this inner child energy. And that's for a feminine energy. Kind of veered off a little bit, but that was a message for somebody. But I think what are your consequences for accepting the bullshit or not accepting the bullshit? I mean, what's going to happen if you bow down, and what's going to happen if you decide not to bow down? Fight or flight. Everyone should do what you feel is right. That was what what David Icke said. And what I feel to do right is to continue to fight. You don't have to always listen. And it's not, I could get out and walk if I want to. I'm a inside person anyway. I mean, I like to do things, but I don't necessarily have to fight per se the way that they're saying fight. Everybody has their way of fighting choose to do mine here, getting people to open up mentally, work on what's going on inside here, because that's where it is. It's a lot of mental BS, but it comes from your childhood. So that's all I have to say for now on this. I just felt that I wanted to come on and talk about it for a little bit. All right, take care. Peace. Thanks for stopping by.